Productions presents Talk Therapy with Ladi Miz. She's here to listen and give advice, but brace yourself. If you can't handle the truth, because she's not sugarcoating a thing. She's getting to the root of the problem and addressing the ugly truth. You're now tuned in to Talk Therapy with Ladi Miz.
Hey, ladies first. You already know what it is. This is Women's Month. You about to get it started. Share. When you come in, make sure you share. All right, let's go. The video. That's right, everybody. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. This is Talk Therapy Tuesdays. I'm your host, Ladi Miz, and this is part 1 of shining the light on the successful women that we are going to get into in a moment. Today, I'm shining the light on successful, beautiful, talented women who are successful and trailblazers in the industry and making a difference. I want you guys to get to know them, their story, and everything that they have going on and what they have coming up. And be sure to follow each and every one of these women to keep up with everything that they have going on and to also to continue to show your support to them. You're going to hear there's a lot of different women that's going to tell you everything about what they have going on or speaking on behalf of someone else. So listen up. And before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a songwriter and a song creator. I host different events, and I'm also a host of my own show. I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own podcast, which is From the Ground Up in Talk Therapy. I have my own potato chip company, which is called Boss Move Chips, and I own my own network on Roku. I am an author who wrote 2 books, and I published those books from my own publishing company. Okay, I have 2 publishing companies, one for books and also one for music. And last but not least, I am a life coach, right? So I also teach people how to build their credit, and I offer several different workshop classes and courses where I'm teaching people different type of skills. I wanted to shine the light on these women because basically they deserve it, okay? Let's give our flowers while they are still here and can still smell them, right? To these beautiful women, but we're going to start first with Cheryl. Cheryl is the niece of Toni Vaz, who is the founder of the NAACP Image Awards. So without further ado, let's welcome Cheryl to the show. Hello. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, so it is a pleasure to have you here. I did watch Angela Bassett tribute to Toni. I thought it was beautiful, and there was a lot of stuff that I didn't know. So before we get into that, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about you and why you're here today.
All right, so yes, as you said earlier, I am the great niece of Toni Vaz. Toni is related to my grandfather. They're brothers and sisters, and Toni Vaz, I just met her about 15 years ago and didn't realize that she created this. I was speaking to one of my other aunties, and my auntie knows I'm in a business. I manage comedians, and I travel the world. And so she knew that about my great auntie, Aunt Toni. She says, you have an auntie that lives in Vegas. She created an award show. And I'm thinking some little award show in Vegas, some up and coming thing. And she said the award show is called the she said, I don't know the rest of the words. I said, wait. What do you mean? N double what? NAACP? I said, yeah, that's it. She created an award. I said, the Image Award? She said, yes. I said, wow, oh my God. So she gave me her number, and on Toni and I hit it right off. She says, Sherry, this is what I've been going through for the last, at that time, like 30 years, 35 years. And she's been fighting for recognition, and she was ignored for so many years. And so I figured, let me help her since I know a few people. Let me make some phone calls. It took a while. And with the new management, I don't know if I should continue, I don't know. I just want to give you an overview.
No, go ahead. Yes, This is your time.
Okay. So she says, so I started contacting a lot of executives over at NAACP Image Awards. And I said, guys, it's about time. You have to acknowledge her. She created the awards. And so I believe with the new management that came in, Derek Johnson, I think it was him that spearheaded and said, you know what? I don't know what he said, but all I know, I received a letter from him, an email, saying they would like to honor her and finally acknowledge her as the founder and creator of the NAACP Image Awards. Oh my God, that was amazing. She was at that time, she's 99, she'll be 100 years old in a couple of months. She was about 98 years old when this happened. And she says, wow, they didn't think I was going to live to see this, huh? Is that? She said, they're fighting for 50 years. She said, God have me here for a reason. And I'm getting my flowers now. Thank you, Jesus. And so this was during the time that there was a pandemic last year. So everything was virtual. So I said, you guys got to send her a trophy in advance so she can have it in her room. And so when you do the virtual, I wanted to have that trophy right there. Don't mail it a week later, a month later. So they had it right there. And then because there was no red carpet where she's living at a senior citizen place in Hollywood. It's called the Motion Picture Retirement Fund. That's for a lot of retired entertainers. They go into this beautiful campus. It's called the Motion Picture Retirement Home, and the initials are MPTF. And I contacted the executives there, and I said, hey guys, you got to roll out a red carpet for her. We got to build this thing up just as if she was at the actual award show. And that's what they did. And boy, it was amazing. It was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, yes.
Yes. I seen them giving her an award. I think it was Anthony Anderson that was giving her award. Yes.
Can I correct you real quick? So
Sure.
He didn't give her an award. They just announced her. That was the first time they announced her that she was the creator. And then I contacted them again. I said, God, you never handed her a trophy. She didn't get the chance to walk on stage and grace the stage like everyone else. And that's when they did it the following year. And then that's when it was virtual. So yeah, but you're right. And they did finally say at that time, yes.
Yes, I mean, that's a beautiful thing. I think that, again, we have a lot of people that's still fighting for recognition, right? Sure. People that started things, and a lot of people that's at a certain level because they are standing on the backs of these women who continue to fight to make sure that we get our just due, right? That, people are recognized. But most importantly, people validate themselves, right? Instead of looking outwards for somebody to validate them. I love the fact that she said we're going to start our own. That's such a beautiful, beautiful thing, and very important too, because you do have to understand your worth, okay? Especially, what everyone brings to the table, what people put out there. So important. What I want to do before we move on, is it okay now that I play a clip of Angela Bassett? Yes. Okay, so we're going to play a clip of Angela Bassett speaking about Toni Vaz.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem.
Toni still remembers back in the day when she tried to get a story in the Screen Actors book. She sent $600 in to be in the magazine. When they found out that she was black, they sent her money back. She saw that black actresses were not able to get the same roles as their white counterparts. If you were black, you were relegated to roles in movies as a hooker or a dope fiend. But Toni had never seen that kind of person. She didn't have hookers in her family. There were no dope dealers in the church. She wanted to know why the black people she grew up with couldn't be on screen. Where were the professional blacks who commanded respect? Why couldn't black people in the movies be smart? Why couldn't they be beautiful? Toni wanted good roles for herself and for everyone else who wasn't white. Toni, whose eyes had been opened by adventure, realized that instead of sitting around, she had to do something to change the narrative. She realized that we as black people had to demonstrate to the world how they ought to treat us. That instead of waiting for white Hollywood to celebrate us, to see us in a positive light, we had to do that for ourselves. She figured if we, as Black people, honored each other, then others would follow suit. Then maybe better roles would be created for us. This was how Toni came up with the idea for the Image Awards. At the time, she was working with the NAACP, and together they decided to create the NAACP Image Awards to celebrate Black actors. The first Image Awards happened in 1967, 53 years ago, and dare I say, it worked. The parts for people of color are so much better today, and we have Toni to thank for it.
Yes. Thank you, Toni. Oh my God.
Yes.
That's an amazing story. Again, I do want to have you back on because I do want to get deeper and further into this, but I know it had to be so hard for her to continue the fight.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, so how, if you could speak on her behalf now, give us something that you think that she would tell the people and what she would say to us.
You know what she would say is, she said it was a struggle and it is still a struggle. She says what she really loves is that she loves the fact that the Black Lives Matter movement happened, and she was happy to see there were so many different people of all races and creeds that were there part of our struggle. And she said she just wanted to let the kids know, whatever you do, as long as you do it with love, never give up the fight, as long as it's done in love. And so today, at 99 years old, she's happy, she's healthy, she's alive and well, and she's still witty, and she doesn't have no sign of dementia. And if you and I, the way you and I having this conversation, she will. If I was to put her on this call with us, she would be speaking just like this. She doesn't have that voice like when you're 99. She sounds like she's a 30-year-old. And sometimes I have to look at the phone and question her and say, "Oh, Toni, are you really 99?" So yeah, she's great. She's great. And one thing that she never let what happened. She never became bitter and angry and vindictive. And I think that's what destroys people and their spirit. So because she just knew everything was going to happen in God's time, she remained hopeful and healthy and happy. So yeah,
that is beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Oh my God. Well, first, we got to know what her secret is and what her diet is, right? What is she eating and what is she doing to be in that condition at 99?
Yes.
You know, and that's a blessing because some people don't even make it nowhere near close to that age. So that's very important. And also too, the fact that being able, I believe that the stress of not being angry and bitter plays a part, because that's a heavy baggage to have to carry moving forward. So I think that's also a factor in it as well. You are asking for the people to do something, correct, at this time?
Yes,
so let's talk about that.
Okay, yes. So what we're trying to do now that she's accomplished and she's been recognized as the creator and the founder of the NAACP Image Awards, she recently said to me last year she would now like to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Nice.
And I said, all right, Toni, let's make it happen. She said, Sherry, I trust you. I'm leaving it up to you. So I've been contacting the committee over at the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And last year I submitted her. They give you a 2-year window. I submitted it last year, and they passed on her. And I think the reason why they passed on her because it looked like there wasn't a lot of press on her at all. Everybody, all the other celebrities and everyone else has. Excuse me for the noise. A lot of other people have a lot of press, but because she's a Black woman coming up during that time, there was no press on her at all. Newspaper, anything. So because she received the award last year, now that's when all the newspaper articles picked her up. So what we like people to do right now, any celebrity that has ever won an NAACP Image Award, 1 time, 2 times, or even 15 times, we like them to, on their social media pages, put together a hashtag called #Toni Vaz Star. So that's TONIVAZ star, STAR. For us to see if we can get her a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So I think with all the executives, once they see how many celebrities are behind her and pushing her and supporting her, then maybe that'll be some sort of a reason to acknowledge that she is somebody of power. Is somebody who did something great for a lot of entertainers today and in the past and in the future. So,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely, guys. So again, that hashtag is at the bottom of the screen. Be supportive, understand what she has done and what she is doing for all those who are also coming after her. It is so important that we continue to support and acknowledge people like Toni. Okay, so important. So again, the hashtag is there. If you want. And if you can, and please do a post. You could do a video, or you could just do a regular post. But that hashtag is extremely important. So make sure you guys put that hashtag in there and say she deserves that award because she's been through a lot. She fought for everybody in a sense, to be able to get acknowledged in things. So this is so important. Toni Vaz is the founder of the NAACP Image Awards, and we need to make sure she gets recognized. Okay. Cheryl, is there any final words that you would like to say before we end?
I just want to thank you for your time and your platform, and I thank your audience and everyone that believes in on Toni. And I'm sure there's plenty of entertainers out there and stars and people with hopes and dreams. I just like to give her flowers now. So thank you, everyone, for your time.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Cheryl. And we look to have you back on the show in the future to get deeper into this story.
Thank you so much.
All right. You have a blessed day.
You do the same.
All right.
God bless you guys. Thank you.
See you later. All right, y'all. So listen, make sure you guys don't forget to put that hashtag there. Put it in the comment section too. Let us know that you're listening and paying attention, and make sure you share it with others, right? Because word of mouth is everything. So what we're going to do is move on, y'all.